The Evil Within is a piece that's been created about Shakespeare's female villains. So all the wonderful nasty characters like Tamora, the Queen from Cymbeline, Goneril and Regan, Lady Macbeth, of course, because who doesn't like to play a nasty character?
I think what was most interesting about this theme for me was that these evil women, the question is, were they really evil or did they just not really fit into the society that they belonged to?
Definitely portrayed not the evilness of the characters, but the strength of the women in most Shakespeare's plays, while the men or the lead characters are the weak ones, the ladies are the ones showing the strength.
When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won.
I thought The Evil Within was a very powerful theme. It was able to draw in both dance, movement, acting all together. I really enjoyed taking all the Shakespeare and presenting it in a different way.
So we did that, explored, deconstructed the symbols into phrases of movement and floor patterns, and then she asked me to do it in reverse, and then to combine them with my monologue.
And it was lovely to see the actual Shakespeare monologues interspersed, so you could see the juxtaposition between the different kinds of art.
My favorite part of the show is probably the dancing because it's different and not what you would usually see.
I think having this kind of theater where you can take dialogue and dance and acting and just put it all together in one celebration of the arts is a very interesting way, and it's not like anything I've ever done before.
While it was smiling in my face, have plucked my nipple from the boneless gum, then dashed
I think for me, both studying and performing Shakespeare, it was all about the words and the voice. But then when I got into rehearsal with Hui Ching, I found that the movement and the sort of musical quality of the sounds really came out through the physicality of the character as well.
I mean, everything's beautiful because the language is so musical that even if you don't understand what's going on, it creates a certain rhythm. So by adding the physicality, it makes it universal, like to people who don't know Shakespeare, to people who don't know English, right?
The piece has been particularly interesting for me because it's given me the opportunity to work with more mature professional actresses and dancers, as well as young performers.
So what I've enjoyed most about this project was the sort of the variation in the backgrounds of all the people involved. It was really challenging because there was that collaborative aspect, and you had to sort of improvise with people, and you didn't know what they were going to do. So that was very exciting and challenging.
So even as a professional, this particular project gave me the opportunity to work with other professionals, which I really, really appreciated.
One of the greatest pleasures I have when I'm working on a piece is actually choosing the music for it. I find it very, very exciting. And I spend hours and hours and hours and hours trawling through old music. I speak to choreographers about music that they think might be inspirational. They give it to me, I listen to it, and then finally create my soundtrack of music that I think I'd really like to work with.
And I think when all of those elements came together with the music and the sounds and the dancing and the choreography and the dialogue and the monologues, it just really captured that feeling of the evil within.
The YAF process is very inclusive and accessible. So the whole idea of what we do is getting young performers to have creative thoughts, creative problem solving, to be able to come up with ideas, to work together. So it's about collaboration and cooperation, it's about empathy, it's about leadership. So even though young people get involved in an arts project, they're actually getting lots and lots of life skills that are going to be essential for their futures.